The main front that we're working on is the internet advertisements. So there's nothing that's covered under criminal code for that. You can quite freely put an ad on the internet, advertise your services, how much it's going to cost, tell people you're coming into Saskatoon for a week, put down your contact number, you'll do out-service calls, and there's nothing illegal about that. But we have no authority then, if we don't have a license in the city that you have to have for doing those kind of services. We have no authority to knock on the door and see if that girl is of age or who she is, because under the Constitution, you don't have to tell the police.
All businesses are licensed in Saskatoon. So we're not condoning prostitution, and we're not condoning any of these massage-type parlors that are running around the city here, or any of that at all. The problem that the chief is having right now is once you receive a business license, in fact, what type of business actually occurs behind closed doors. And so he's quite concerned about young children in the community, young women, ages 13, 14, 15 years old, and he wants to know, are they there and what's going on?
But how do you know that it's younger women who were being exploited or abused?
That's the problem. We don't. That's why we need this, so we can check to make sure that there isn't young women there, because we don't know.
Right. So what prompts you to suspect that it's younger women who are being exploited?
Well, I think it's conventional wisdom. We know that young people get involved in this. We've had different stories right across Canada where you've had 16, 17-year-old girls specifically involved in this type of offense. So that's why we want to make sure we can monitor it.
But I can tell you one thing for sure, that if we don't try to look after these young girls in our community too, we will have done nothing. We
monitor internet sites such as Craigslist. Even though they've taken off the escort service heading on that, they still have personal ads. And Backpage.com has personal ads. And we find out through our investigations where these different advertisements come from. I mean, they're not hard to check out.
So you call them up and
Yep.
Do you set them up ever?
What we would do is, if it's an out-call service, our investigators in an undercover operation would call the person up, say to come to such and such an address, and then when she came, then we would check for the license and check for her identification to make sure she's of age.